Hello, everybody inside the Blueprint program. Hello, hello, hello. It is so good to see so many of you here with me live as we are opening up this program. So welcome to the Blueprint program. This is going to be a fast track energy and strategy boost into your program or into your business. And I'm very, 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 very excited. So welcome. If you guys are here, let me know in the comments how you are feeling. There's a lot of new names and faces right away that I can see, and that makes me so very excited. And to see everyone who's in the collective and you're with me and all the things, as always, it was so good to see you. I'm so grateful. So I want to talk to you right away about the energy of the Blueprint program and my intention. And then I'm going to share all the details about how this live experience is going to work over the next couple of days. And then we're going to dive right into a training. So the first thing I want to say is welcome, especially if this is your first time in my world. I am so excited. This is a very incredible program to begin with because we're going to dive into, yay, Helen says first timer. We're going to dive into a lot of things. So my intention when I thought of the Blueprint program was I wanted to give you guys an incredible in-depth look at how to actually build your business. Like, this sounds so simple, but it's so profound because who can relate where it's like you want 10K, 50K, 100K, but you're like, but how? But how? But actually, how? How is it possible to make 50K? How is it possible to make 100K months? But wait, how is this going to turn into a 10K day and a 50K day or 100? How, right? And so it's so funny because that question, how, Bridget, welcome. She's like, I love the energy. That question, how, it's so much more than just how. But in this Blueprint program, I'm actually going to show you how. So my intention over the next couple of days and this entire Blueprint program is for you to actually see what you need to do to sustain your current level and get to the next. So if you're here with me live on Zoom or on Facebook right now, I would love to know generally, where are you at? Generally, what has been your monthly income? I would say for the last 6 months to a year. If you want to share, please do, so we can just get a feel. During this Blueprint program, you are going to learn right away, I guarantee, from day one, things that you can implement right now for wherever you're at. If you're at 5 or 10 or 50 or 100 or somewhere in the middle or somewhere before, there are going to be things that you know I can implement right now. There's going to be a lot of things, and this is why I love this program. You're going to get to keep this program forever, rewatch it, that you're like, I'm not ready for that one piece, but I will be in 6 months. I will be in a year from now. So my intention is that there's going to be a lot of things for you to implement right away. And then there's going to be a lot of things that you put in your back pocket and you implement in a little bit. And that's why I love the way that I'm going to cover all of this. Okay. So with this being said, Blueprint is actually going to be packaged, all these trainings, and put on my website, and it's never going to be live again. So if you're here in this live experience, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Now, when I do something and I know it's the only time I'm going to be doing something, I'm like, we're going to make this live experience a live experience. Do you hear what I'm saying? So if you're here with me live during this live session, I want you to look in the event section and see when all the trainings are going to be. If you can attend all of them live, that is amazing. If you cannot, I highly suggest making it an intention to watch the live training as soon as you can after it is live, to stay in the live energy. So with that being said, inside of our Facebook community is where all of these replays, can you hear my dog freaking out? If you are live with me, it means that there's a delivery happening right now. This is what this barking means. So side note, because I'm going to wait until Ocean stops barking. If you don't know me, personal note right now, I like to online shop. Lulu's is exactly what it is. So what I do in my spare time, if you ever want to know, is I go on the internet and I buy things. And sometimes I make so many online orders that I order multiple of the same things. This happens quite often. So there's a delivery happening right now. That's why my dog is freaking out. I'm so glad this isn't just me. I did the same. I'm sorry about Ocean, but we all love an Ocean moment. Okay. With that being said, in the live experience, we have our Facebook community where, like I just said, in the event section, all of the trainings are listed of when they're going to be live. In our Facebook group is also where all of these replays are going to be posted, and this video is being live streamed as well inside of the Facebook community. If you ever have trouble finding something, go into the guide section of the Facebook community and you will be able to find everything very, very quickly. Team Exo Gingy, the amazing Team Exo Gingy, is your support. So if you feel like, oh my God, I can't find something and you're freaking out, don't freak out to me, freak out to the team, okay? They love when you freak out. Then I'm just kidding. Make a post, tag them, message them. They got your back. 3 amazing people, Brittany, Jake, and Andy, they got your back, okay? On the back end of the first 3 trainings, I am gonna post homework for you to do. And there's gonna be threads in the Facebook group where you can answer your homework on the thread. Now, I wanted to make this an experience during this time where we have a little bit more fun beyond the trainings. So there is going to be a giveaway during this live experience. And my intuition says that I might decide that there's going to be more than one winner if there's a lot of entries. And so the way to enter the giveaway, and I'm going to tell you what it is, but the way to enter is through participation. So I'm like, if I'm going to do a giveaway and we're doing this live one time only, it makes sense that it is going to be based around participation. So the ways, actually, let me tell you what the giveaway is first, okay? Because then it makes how to enter a little bit more exciting. So the giveaway right now is going to be a spot to come on my industry series. So I'm doing a new series. It's a live series where I bring people on. And so it is a free series, but you're going to get to win to get a spot to come on. And it's basically a coaching session. So you're going to get support and feedback from me, but also it's pretty amazing because these videos get to stay in my community forever. And so you're always going to be featured in the community and people are going to see it and they might connect with you. And I just think it's a really cool opportunity. So with that being said, how you are going to enter this is 2 different ways. One is by sharing and posting on your IG story, tagging me and the team each time that you're participating in a training. So if you're live, amazing. If you catch the replay, amazing. There's 4 chances because there's 4 trainings that you're attending the training. A little boomerang of you, little boomerang of me, I don't know, whatever you want to do, tag myself and the team. The other way is, I think Bridge just got me going like this. Woo, yeah, I can't wait to see that. The other way is to literally just do the homework in the group. So I'm going to be posting after this training, you'll see it, homework 1, and you can post on the feed like your response, and then we'll see that. So every time that we see you participate on the IG stories and in the homework feeds, you're going to get a ballot, and I will draw on the final day, which is a Q&A. Okay. So I think it's fun because you get to win and there might be multiple winners, and it's an incentive to stay up to date and do the work, right? How do we feel so far? Does this feel good? Okay. So I'm going to be covering a lot of things. Blueprint, like I said, is to give you a really in-depth overview of how to actually build your coaching business and how to scale it beyond where it actually is. The information, the strategies, the things that I'm going to be talking to you about during this training are very much long-term energy things. And what I mean by this is, you guys, if you come into my world, you're going to hear it like it is. Building a business is a long-term game. It is what it is. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of things where you're like, this is something that I could start to apply today. Yes. But everything that I'm talking about is a long-term thing. So really understand that context when you're listening to this program, when you're here live with me, and when you're re-listening to these trainings over and over again for the lifetime of your business. Now, today, I'm going to be talking to you about 10K months. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you about 50K months. The next training, I'm going to talk to you about 100K months. If you are not watching my video right now, I'm doing little quotations. 10K, 50K, 100K. Why am I doing these little bunny ears? Because because we're going to make it so clear, but this is obvious. There's a million different ways to have a 10K month. There's a million different ways to have a 50K month. There's a million different ways to have a 100K month. There's a million different ways to have a 10K day and a 50K day and a 100K day. You know this, I know this, but how often do we get tripped up sometimes of like, I tried this one thing and it didn't work. It's never going to happen, right? Like, so we just need to have this radical energy and self-awareness around the strategy that nothing that I'm telling you in this program fits inside of a box. It's not a one size fits all. Your coaching business does not have to look like this. I'm going to show you a very smart way to build it. But what I want you to do is take the pieces that make sense for you and your business model. You hear me? That's why if you are at 50K months right now and you listen to today, which is based around 10K months, you're going to see something that you're like, oh shit, I don't have that. You can implement that now. That's going to take you from 50 to 60 or whatever, right? So just this discernment and this self-awareness around the strategy is so important. Now, with that also being said, so many of the different things are going to build off of each other. So can you hear it? Today is not a good day recording. Can you hear it? So someone cuts our grass normally on Monday mornings, and it just so happens that it's a Wednesday in the middle of the day. He's just right outside my window. This is a great filming day. You can barely hear it. I know. I'm like, okay, good. Good thing that this training is lasting forever because we can edit it out. Right, Jake? You can edit out all these parts, or we could just keep it in so people can get the human. He's going to go, is it right out here again? This day one training is going to take 3 hours because of all the interruptions. Oh my God, I love my life right now. Okay. Why are there bees in the background? That's so funny. So with that all being said, what I was saying is everything builds off of each other. So I'm literally just going to stop the video and restart when I can hear it louder than you guys can. You can hardly hear it. I can hear it so much louder. It's all good. So many of the things, especially what I'm going to talk about in today's training, build off of each other. So it's never just like, do this and only do it once and then stop doing it. So you're going to notice throughout the Blueprint program, I'm going to talk about how the way we do things change as we scale and grow. And this is one of the most important pieces as well, because again, discernment, right? Of like, where are you at? Where are you at with your audience? Where are you at with what you want in your business? Where are you at? Like all of these things, again. Oh my God, this is so funny because this never happens. Those of you who do trainings with me all the time, this never happens. I'm so sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it because what's gonna happen is Jim, who cuts my grass, is gonna whippersnip in front of the front yard, and Ocean's going to freak out again after that one. So I know it's totally fine. It's hilarious. It's so funny. It's all good. So I'm going to be saying, with that being said a million times, because I'm going to get distracted a couple more times because I know that this is going to happen. Everything builds, right? Every strategy builds and changes over time. So the way that I have built my business and the way that I love to teach my philosophies is how we sell things, our business model, the offers, the types of offers. It really does come back to a main foundation of our audience, and not necessarily the size of our audience, but how and when people are ready to buy. And how and when people are ready to buy is dependent on a million things. A lot of the things are outside of our control. Okay. So I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint and we're going to dive in. But after this training, and I'll come back in from sharing my screen and then reading the chat, you're going to identify right away from today's training of where you're at with your audience, where you're at with your community, and where you're at with your offers. And you're going to know essentially where you need to be, or where things to apply right away to stabilize where you are and then eventually get to the next level. Okay. So Oh, good thing I'm in a fabulous mood today where these things I'm just like, whatever, it's fine. Ocean, the gym, cutting my grass, the deliveries, you're just having a day in the life with me. Okay. So 10K months, quote unquote, 10K months. I'm going to cover 4 basic things, and I'm going to go through all of these during this training. So I'm going to talk about social media trust building, community building, 2 main offers, so offers during this phase, and a strong client journey. So social media trust building, what I mean by this, and we're going to get to each one of these, is social media, I mean feed content needs to be specifically speaking to the type of person that you help with your 1 or 2 main offers that you have right now, depending where you are. So again, I'm going to get into this, but hear me when I say I believe in this phase, the trust building, we do have to be niche with our content. We have to be niche with our content, okay? Community building is not the same as posting content on your feed. Community building is going beyond that. I'm going to talk about what that means. 2 main offers. Now, I don't mean that you can only have 2 main offers, but I believe that we should have 1 scalable group offer and 1 high ticket offer, and should be focused on selling those and creating brand awareness around those at this phase to build a strong foundation to then move to the next level. And then I'm going to talk to you about what client retention looks like at this earlier phase, or phase when you still, only have a few clients in your world. So right off of just this general slide at the beginning, you might be like, oh, light bulb right away. And if that's you, let me know. So let's dive in right away to social media focus for quote unquote 10K months. Niching down your content, it is so absolutely important that your content during this phase is focusing on who benefits from following you and working with you and why. This is number 1. So getting crystal clear, and this is so good for everyone, no matter where you're at, who are you and what do you do? And your answer is not, hi, I'm Susan and I'm a coach. That's not what you do. What do you actually do? Get specific. Who are you? What kind of coach are you? Who do you help? Right? Who are you and what do you do? What makes you unique? What makes your coaching unique? What makes your method unique? Why you? I'm going to get into this as well. Who is your work for? So not just like my work is for women. No, like who is the person? What is their problem? Where are they at now? What do they want? Right? And what problem do you solve? How do you help people? We sometimes forget to get this specific because we don't want to be this specific, because we want to be, up here and being all fluffy in general, but we need to be specific during this phase. So the questions that you can ask yourself to help you get specific is, who are you talking to? But think about them. So if you could envision right now, if you're on the live or watching this replay, get specific. If you could like really think about if you have an offer right now, a group offer, a one-on-one, and however you help people. So what problem do you solve? If you could think about like the person that's the perfect fit for your work, who are they? Not just, oh, they're a mom or a man or a woman or this or this. It's like, but who are they? Where are they at right now in their life? What are they struggling with? And what do they want? So ask yourself, where are they at right now in their journey? Where are they at? What is their current situation? And what do they want? Where are they at? What do they want? And then you bridge that gap by helping them with whatever it is that your method is, however it is that you help them. How do you help them? Where are they now? What do they want? How do you help them? Then you bridge the gap. Now, the next piece to bring into our content is our own story and transformation to bring in empathy for where they are and where they are at. So for example, for me, this would be like, I help coaches who are making 10K, 20K, 30K. They're doing really well in their online coaching businesses, but they want to scale to 50 and 100K months. So they're in a really good place. They've got offers, they've got a social media presence, they're doing the things, they're taking action. They don't need help taking action. It's already happening and they're ready to scale. They're ready to fill in the blanks, but they don't know what it is. And I can empathize being like, I know what it feels like to be at 10K and not know what to do, or to feel like you don't know what to do and you feel stuck and you know you're made for so much more, right? And I'm like, I have been there. I've been there. I feel that. But now also now I'm here, and I got here by insert offer here, insert how I help people here. So this phase, and the reason that I'm highlighting this so much is, how often, when was the last time you thought about your social media content and you thought about all these things this specifically? So I'm not saying that you have to spend a lot of time during your day really sitting down and drawing your ideal client. I'm not saying that, but the simple questions to reflect on of like, where is that person currently at and where do they want to be? The simplicity of how powerful that gets to be, of you bridging the gap of where someone is and where they want to be with you and your offer, like that simplicity is how you make a sale. We forget to do that with our content and with our sales because we want to make the best post, or we're so worried about the branding, we're so worried about blah blah blah, where it's like it actually is this simple. So way back in the day when I was doing my fitness coaching and I had my Courageously Confident fitness program, I literally thought about this over and over again. The person that I'm speaking to is a woman who wants to go to the gym and lift weights, but she doesn't know what to do, so she's not confident walking into the gym. I in my content, literally every day, I spoke to that woman in my mind who wants to be fit and lean and confident and busting it out in the gym, but she doesn't know how. So in my content, I would say like, you want to, but you don't know how. And that's why you're scared. And that's why you're not seeing progress. Hello, insert me here. I've got a plan. I can show you exactly what to do so you feel confident going in, and it's going to help you get results. So I was literally speaking to that person's, yes, their pain point and where they are struggling now and what they want, and me showing them, I've got the answer to help you get that result. That was so powerful for me at the beginning, because we're still building trust in our content and with our audience and with our community. So when people can really see themselves of like, this is me, she is speaking to me, he is speaking to me, that's where I am, that's how I feel, that's, oh my God, and yes, this is what I want, this is what I'm dreaming of, oh my God, yes, you have the answer. We build trust in our content, in our sales, in our marketing. So this right here, if you're in the beginning phase, or you feel like something is off right now with your social media, or you just haven't been thinking about it in this way in a while, I want you to come back to these prompts of like, who are you speaking to? Where are they at now? What do they want? And how you bridge where they are with where they want to be. You bridge that gap with yourself, your coaching offer. Okay. That's going to help you get really specific in content. And when you think about that for every post, don't be shocked when you're building trust really quickly. Okay. Now, any feedback or realizations, if you're here live with me, please let me know in the chat, because I will come back and bounce through the comments or quick questions if you do have some. Now, community building. Community building is not posting on your Instagram feed. Community building is not posting on your Instagram feed. I am talking about doing regular live streams. I am talking about a Facebook community. I'm talking about regular free masterclasses. I am talking about doing things where you get to be interacting with your community in live time. I used to do daily. Hear me when I say this. I used to do daily live streams. I used to do daily Facebook lives. That was my platform a few years ago for live streams. Every single day. When I didn't have courses and I didn't have my courses filled up and I didn't have private clients and I didn't have mastermind all the time and I had so much time and not a lot of results, I was like, oh yeah, I should probably be on live video. So I was doing live streams where I was just going on and giving value or sharing a story or sharing a realization. Like, that's the whippersnapper. Right now in the comments, do you feel like you have a strong sense of community, yes or no? And are you doing regular live streams, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's in a Facebook community? This is so important, you guys, at the beginning. And I feel like a lot of coaches right now skip this step because they see more established coaches not do this regularly, but they don't have to. So there was a season where the first couple years I was doing at least a couple of live streams a week for free. They don't have to be long. They can be 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Whether it's on your personal page or in a group, but this goes a long way. When people can see your live energy and see you speak and listen to you, that goes way further than just feed posts. Right now, I know most of you are the most active probably on Instagram and you're posting on your feed, and you guys know me, we're in a hot audience. I stand for that. But if you are not seeing a lot of traction, get on video with your community. That relationship is gonna, it's gonna last you years. So you might get to a place then where you build your community and your brand and you're established and you don't have to do as much free stuff because your community is growing for you. Your community is interacting for you without you having to be live all of the time. But to get there takes work. So get on video. I said this to a private client a couple of weeks ago, and she asked me, how do I do more community? And I told her, get on video. And she said to me, I don't want to. But that same day, she went on live video and she's still going on live video. Why am I highlighting this? Because not a lot of people want to do the work. We know that community building takes a lot of non-scalable activities. Another live video. But there's only 7 people on. It is so freaking worth it. So I use this example because my client said, I don't want to, but she knew, that's what I need to do. So then she did it and she's still doing it. So we have to nurture these relationships by creating opportunities for people to really hear us and interact with us live. Okay. So there's different ways to do this. And here are a few of my favorite. So free masterclasses. Free masterclasses go a long way. So if you have a Facebook community, this is where you can host your free masterclasses. Now you can do free masterclasses every week. You can do 1 a month. You can do 2 a month. You can do once every couple months. This is where you just have to know yourself and your audience, your community, and your business. There was a season where I did a free masterclass at least once every month for about a year straight. And I'm so glad that I did. I saw the result of that while I was doing that, but also years later. There are still people who come into my Facebook community this day and never saw those free masterclasses, and they're gaining value, even though they're trainings from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So free masterclasses is a really good way to build this community. And if you do like focus masterclasses and you brand them, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, but like you have a sign up page and a landing page, you collect emails. It doesn't have to be like an everyday thing. It can be once a month, and it's a quality. Okay. Now, I haven't done these in a long time. I don't see a lot of other coaches in my world anyway do them, but I think free challenges or more so a free program. So not just a one-time masterclass, but when was the last time you did like a free 3-day program, or a 5-day free program, or a challenge or something that's free, and you really bring people in your world and give people an experience of what it would be like to be in your program, to be in your container. Again, this goes such a long way, where it's like that free thing is going to last a lifetime. Give people a real experience. Keep the training up, use it as an opt-in later on or whatever. But things like this right now, especially if you want to scale group programs, it is so worth it, right? And then also just having a Facebook community, that's where you can host a lot of these free masterclasses or free programs and challenges. But just having a community is really incredible. Inside a free community, you don't have to post daily content like you post on your Instagram feed. That's where you can do your monthly masterclasses or your challenges or whatever, and post some content in there. But you can be posting polls. You can post questions, statuses that ask your community questions. A community on Facebook is more about the community and the interaction. It's less about static posts. So don't feel like, oh my God, I have to post something in there every day. You don't necessarily have to. You can post a few things a week. within that and doing live streams and master classes, that's perfect for a community. Okay. Now, this one, I'm going to not share my screen. I'm going to come back to you guys for this one. One-to-one DM conversations. I am not saying that you are going to outreach people. I am not saying that you're like, oh, this person followed me, let me go message them. What I am saying is there is a phase where people may be DMing you and they're saying, hey, Demi, just because I see Demi on here right now, you're the first person. Hey, Demi, oh my God, I love you so much. Like, this is the DMs, like, I love you so much. And like, this is where I am. And this is where I need to be. And like, I see that you have a thing. And like there's a phase where someone is just not ready to throw 50K at you. And so they might come to you and they need a conversation. And so I'm not saying that you have to like sell them in an unaligned way. I'm not saying that you have to pitch yourself. I'm not saying that you have to get on a call, because you don't. But I'm saying that they might just need a little bit of a back and forth. And that's what they need. But also you might be in a place where that's what you need to do to get people in your thing. And that's not unaligned, or that's not scammy or wrong. That's okay. You know what I mean? And so the evolution of what that looks like for you as a coach is just going to change over time, but it's based off of what you want to do. Still to this day, many of my high level clients ask me like, Steph, how much should I be talking to someone in the DMs? And I'm like, it doesn't, like, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong. It can feel so great for you to spend time in your DMs. I am still in my DMs. I am Steph. I am the person on my Instagram responding. It's me. It is me. It's so funny because people will message me saying, hi team. I'm like, this is not the team. This is Stephanie. And they're like, oh my God, like, but I don't have to be. I'm just using this as an example because I know a lot of people get caught up with this of like, I shouldn't be in my DMs. I think that there's a season where we should be, because it's required. But also, what do you learn when you're having DM conversations? You learn emotional intelligence, you learn communication, you learn red flags, you learn so much. You learn so much. So again, discernment. I'm not saying that you need to sell people. I'm not saying reach out to people and sell them your stuff. I'm saying when people come to you and they need a little bit of time, you might be in a phase where it feels good to give time. Okay. Okay. I'm going to come up and read. Oh yeah. You guys are laughing at me when Jim is the guy who cuts my grass was here and Ocean was barking. Okay. I do not believe that having a Facebook group is 100% necessary. I don't believe that at all. I believe if you feel like there's a way for you to go deeper with your audience and it feels like a Facebook group would be a good container to do that, amazing. If you are, for example, Regina asked this question, are using your personal profile and you're doing live streams there and you feel like that's the way that you build community, then I think that's perfect. For a lot of people, the free Facebook community works because it's like your own hub. So you can brand it, you can have those strong boundaries around it. It's a go-to resource. So I love my community because it feels like a website. It's a go-to resource. As soon as someone comes in, they see the guides with all the master classes. It's all organized, right? And so I like that structure of it. I went through seasons throughout my journey where I'm like, I don't like my Facebook group. So I kept it, but I just didn't post in it. So it's like the hub. It's a really, really easy opportunity for people to be connected and for us to host stuff. Okay. How do you see a lot of coaches do 365 lives? Do you still advise to do the live stream? So I don't think that you have to do necessarily every day. You don't have to go to that extreme. I've never done that. I've seen people do it and it works for them. If that's the thing that keeps you accountable to being consistent, then totally do it. For me, it was like, I just had the intention of, I want to be consistent at least a couple times a week doing live streams. And I was able to hold that for myself. And I think a couple times a week is perfect. If you want to challenge yourself for like a month daily, amazing, do it. But that's not going to be the thing that makes or break. It's more so the consistency. Okay. I do weekly live streams. I try and aim for daily somewhere on my socials. Yes. Yeah, I have a community, but I don't go live as much as I should. I have to go more. Yes. Yes, lives are a game changer. If you were to start doing live streams now, will you do them in your Facebook group and push people to join that, or on your biz page personal profile on IG too? I would do them in my Facebook community and encourage people to join that. That's probably what I would do, because the Facebook community is branded in a way where it's like, if it's like branded, like if you're this type of person, come in this community. You know what I mean? Versus on your Facebook page, it's just kind of like follow or don't follow. But in a community, it feels like this is like it's packaged differently. That's what I would do. If you're gonna do Instagram lives, just save them. Save the lives. That's the number. Download them after you do them and save them, so then you can repurpose them on your podcast if you have one, or in the future, or you put them in your Facebook community. But if you have a Facebook presence right now, I would do some lives on your Facebook, so you can tell your Instagram followers, come on my Facebook, right? So great question, and I am going to talk about this as well. So I'll talk about it here, and then when it comes up later, perfect. At what income level do you suggest starting to charge for master classes? So I don't know if the answer is necessarily a specific income level, but for me, it was the feeling of like, my group programs have a decent amount of people already. Like, you know what I mean? It's like my programs, my offers have, there's people buying. There's people buying, and it feels good that like, I'm going to try a paid masterclass. I didn't start to really do paid masterclasses until I was probably around like the 40K range. But again, discernment. It's not like I waited until then. I waited until my main group offers were full. And then I'm like, I feel like more people in my world want to buy, but maybe they're not ready to buy $1,000 program yet. Maybe they're ready to buy a $50 masterclass. And then that's when I started to play with it. Okay. So I'm gonna dive back in. Where are we? Okay, so community building. So really quickly, I already covered most of these things, but Facebook community, this is where it's really just having a branded community that it's your community, right? So like, for example, right now we branded it back to basically XO Gingy. It used to be branded as like Courageously Confident for coaches. Like, it's more so the community. It should be very clear who the community is for. Okay. This is where you can host your free masterclasses, your live streams, creating feeds for connection, asking your community questions. And when you can use your community to ask questions, this is a great opportunity for you to get to know where your audience is at. So asking them, for example, like, how much money are you currently making? What is your current struggle? Where are you at, right? Creating threads is a really good idea. People in a community love to feel seen and heard. So a lot of what you can do in your community is ask questions. People love to answer about themselves. Hey, where are you at? Hey, what are you working on this week? Hey, what's your current struggle? What's your goal by the end of the year? Like, asking questions is a great way to build community. And like I said, your Facebook community is not about you putting the same types of content that you put on Instagram. Your Facebook community is about people responding. So give opportunities for people to respond, okay? You don't have to post in there every day. Like I said, I suggest at least one live a week or even daily if you have a lot of time right now. And one free masterclass a month, value and connection posts in between. Facebook or Instagram live strategy, whatever you want to be. Now, this is not the same as a masterclass. The live stream energy is like you popping on and being like, hey, everyone, I want to share this story, or this what happened today. I want to come on and do a live and talk to you about it. So think of your live streams almost as like daily, you sharing with your audience what's going on in your world and giving value. So it doesn't have to be like you preparing, oh my God, what am I going to teach? Or what am I going to say? It's like, hey guys, today I did this. And I did this, and I want to talk to you about this one thing that happened. And so it's really like extracting your daily life with a lesson. So much of what I used to do when I was doing daily live streams of like, oh, what's one thing that happened, one conversation that I had that would be a lesson for everyone in my community, I would turn that into a live stream. So it can be short, it can be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, still valuable. And like I said here, a combination of showing people who you are, your life, your day, and giving value and teaching. And I would do these on again, personal profile, community, and your Instagram, maybe fluctuating between all three if you have all three in place. Okay. And then free master classes. If you are going to do master classes, then make them a big deal. I'm going to come back because I want to emphasize this. Make them a big deal. Brand them. Have a landing page. Get people to opt in. Collect emails. Send out like a welcome, like you're in, like make it a big deal. This got me so excited to deliver free things. Those of you who've been in my world, I have a famous line. What is the line? Do the masterclass to do the masterclass, not to sell. So I was like, okay, how am I going to actually get in the vibe to just do the masterclass to do the masterclass when really I want to make sales, you know? So part of that for me was get excited, brand your masterclass, make it an event, you do a giveaway, make it an experience. So then I am the masterclass and I'm like, that was so good. All of these people had such a good time. Like they're sharing things, there's giveaways. I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't even thinking about if people bought on the back end or not. So yes, you can sell on the back end. Yes, have urgency for your next sale on the back end or your offer, whatever, but like do it so you win, right? This is another famous line, win in every situation. You're going to grow your audience. You're going to grow your email list. You're going to give an incredible training. People are going to share you. People are going to fall in love with you. People are going to tag you. And that masterclass gets to stay in your world of free content forever. And it's going to last a lifetime. That is how I feel so good about it, because it doesn't matter if people buy right away or not, because I can never actually control that. I can do what I can, right? But I can't control all these people must buy on the back end of this. Like that's not the vibe. The vibe is high quality, free masterclass. People will join. Some people aren't ready yet, and that's okay. But I'm going to put things into place so it builds my community. So this is an incredible masterclass, and I can focus on delivering and not worrying about in the back of my mind. Who here has been there? You're like, I want to give this amazing masterclass, but all I'm thinking about is hopefully people buy on the back end. I'm like, you lose the vibe. High quality content that gets to stay in your world forever, and it builds. Okay. So that's why I loved the 1 time a month masterclass, because it wasn't just like, oh, do a masterclass and then do another one. It was like, there's a buildup to it. Right. And so it really was about quality, and then it builds over time. Okay. The sell at the end or not. Yeah. Sell at the end, but it's just more so don't get caught up in your mind if people don't buy, because it's not about that. Right. Okay. This whole program is way too much value already. Like we're like not even halfway through the first training, and I love it. So next part is 2 main offers. Now, I want to make it very clear. If you have 4 offers right now and you love your 4 offers and you're at the 10K mark, I'm not telling you to throw your other offers away. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is it is very smart to have a 1 main scalable group offer and 1 high ticket offer. At the beginning, you might not have a lot of people joining a group offer. So it makes sense that you're also selling and pushing a high ticket offer, because that really matters for you. And you don't have a huge audience, but you do have 2 people that love you and are going to buy your high ticket thing. So I think right here, it's really smart to have a scalable offer that's going to take time and energy and consistency and brand awareness and all the things over a long period of time to really scale. And that's amazing. And while that's building, you're also focusing on a high ticket offer, because that's 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, whatever, that you just need that amount of trust and you get people in. Okay. So thinking about what is your main offer? What do you want to be most known for? Building brand awareness around this. I would run this main offer multiple times a year. And like I said before, giving it time to build and giving it time to build the launch of it, to showcase this offer to your audience, to build trust around it, to give yourself experience running it. I'm going to come back here because this is really, really important, you guys. We when we run an offer, our own experience running the offer, that's the only way that we know what we want to change and how we want to change it. It's the only way. It's the only way. So many coaches get caught up not giving a main offer time to scale because ego gets in the way. And it's like, well, there was only 3 people in, so I just want to get this one session over and I never want to sell it again. When instead you run an incredible experience with 3 people, you learn so much about your teaching style, about how you want to run the container. You learn so much from the feedback of the clients that then when you sell it the next time, it's a completely different thing because you have all this experience. And then when you do it the next time, the program becomes better because you make the adjustments. Most coaches don't go here because, oh, I don't want to look bad because there was only 3 people. I don't want to sell it again. For those of you who are in Hold the Energy with me, like, I get it. But I ran my first group program, my fitness. Oh, I wish I knew exactly the number of sessions. I want to say 9 or 11 sessions in 2 years. I'm going to say I don't know. It's either 9 or 11. It's something like that. But I'm not even getting into what I did on top of that, but I did back-to-back sessions. They didn't have 20 people the first couple of sessions. They had like 7 and then 8 and then 7 again, and then 15 and then 10 and then 20. Okay. And then 30 and then 40. So give it time to build for what you're doing in the container, but also the brand awareness. This is what I mean by brand awareness. When we're selling it, even if people are not buying, the exposure of people identifying that program with you, that title of that program with you, that topic with you, that is going to last the lifetime of your career. So I'd rather you spend 6 months or a year with like 3 people joining your offer, but the world is gaining awareness that this is who you are and what you're known for. Then a year later, quantum leap. Do you guys see this? So important. But we don't do it because we want the short term and we feel bad. And I get it, but like, trust me when it is so worth it here. Okay. Okay. Let me come back. Come back. Okay. The other piece of this too is shiny object syndrome. So many coaches here, you want to sell all the things. So it's not just, oh, people didn't buy, so I don't want to keep selling it. It's like, well, I want to do another program like this, another program like this. I'm going to add a masterclass. I want to do this. And then it's like, you're not giving one thing enough time to last. I know so many people are guilty because, but this is not my fault, by the way. This is not my fault. It's your fault. It's not my fault. You look at me and you think me, where I'm at, Steph is selling 25 things. I want to sell 25 things. It looks like Steph is having so much fun. So I'm going to have fun like Steph selling 25 things. I can sell 25 things based off of where I am. 3 years ago, I wasn't selling 25 things. Give yourself the opportunity to build. So then in a year, you can be selling 25 things. But PS, you can still be having fun in your business and your life selling 2 things. Patience. Okay. So just to show you as well, Courageously Confident was my fitness program that I ran. I have all the different brandings of all the different sessions, and it was the same offer and it was the same thing over and over again. My main offer for 1.5 years, I focused on selling it, and I wanted to be known for this program, and it took time to build. It had designated launches. And there were a lot of, and I'm going to talk about this as well. For me, when I was doing this program and in some of my business programs, there were incentives for people to stay as alumni clients. So again, this depends on how you want to run your business, but like when someone would do a session with me, there was an incentive to stay in all the sessions. So my program wasn't like lifetime in all the live sessions. They had to upgrade, but it was a very like an easy payment of like, it was like ridiculous, like $100 to stay in this for the rest of your life. But that's how more people built. And that's how the community of the clients built. And then more testimonials built. So at the beginning, that wasn't worth it for me financially, but it absolutely was worth it for me over time. Okay. Confidence to cash. I ran this September 2019. I ran it right after in October 2019. And then I did a session in January of 2020. So there will be times where you can run something right away on the back end of running it, because so I had a feeling with this program. I'm like, there's so many people in my audience that did not buy it when I first launched it. But if I show them that I ran a session and I use the testimonials from the first session that we're doing it again, new people are going to buy. And I trusted my intuition and it worked. So many people who didn't join the first one saw the testimony of like, well, okay, she ran it and she's doing it again already. And there's feedback. Oh, okay. So I really wanted to showcase that. And I had a feeling that's what was going on. If there's a feeling of your entire audience needs to grow, then you would put more time between the same offer. So I'm just explaining to you why I did back to back. There's a lot of people in my world. They just didn't buy this time. But if I have the testimony of doing it, they're going to buy this time, and they did. But then I also did it a couple months later. Okay. So group programs, I think most of you, and let me know in the comments, like most coaches are at a place where it's like, how can we give incredible quality experiences, but scale our businesses? So a scalable offer is group programs, but they take time to build, and it is a million % worth it. Okay. Now, how do we make a signature program a signature program? So you probably won't know what you want your signature program to be until you're in the session running a program. I didn't actually know Confidence to Cash, for example, was going to be a program at the time I wanted to run over and over again. It wasn't until I was in it where I'm like, this feels so good. The feedback is incredible. Yes, this is it. So you're not going to know before, you're going to know in hindsight. What makes it signature is your branding of it, your brand awareness of it, the repetition of selling it, the repetition of leading it, and you showcasing it to your audience. That's really a signature program. So some of my private clients even asked me, based off of this teaching and an Instagram post that I did yesterday, like, oh, I don't have a signature program. But if you are known for something that's signature, so if you're known for, if you're known for organic Instagram sales and you're known for that, whether it's a signature program or that's just what you're known for, that's fine. It's really just about being known for a specific thing, and it's usually attached to a specific offer. Okay. The offer will refine over time. The branding will refine over time. That gets to be the fun, playful part of it, but stay dedicated to being like, what is the thing I want to be known for, and give it time to build. Okay. Private coaching at the beginning. Private coaching at the beginning is about experience. It is not about being like 100K pay in full only. It's not about putting up all the boundaries. It's not about the perfect container. It is about experience. So I will be the coach that says at the beginning, depending on where you are, it's not about you having to have a 9-month package or a 12-month package or a 6-month package or a 3-month package. It's about the experience. So maybe that's a one-time intensives. Maybe that's giving someone a customized package. It's not about the price and the package. It's about the experience, because you need the experience. You need the experience coaching. You need the experience selling. You need the experience. So things to consider: being flexible. Don't just create your packages because you think you have to. Be flexible. If someone is only willing to do 1 month, to do 1 month, right? It might be a good idea to start with shorter packages, then overcommit, and then change how you want to do private coaching over time. So I'd rather you do shorter packages than have people recommit, than you do, a long package and then you realize, oh, I don't like this package, right? Or, oh, this isn't how I thought private coaching would be for you to deliver, right? So sometimes shorter packages at the beginning is better. And that's how you gain the confidence then over time to create packages that have a higher price tag, because you're actually confident in your container. Video calls, audio calls, Voxer, no Voxer, whatever. Those things don't really matter. What matters is where you're at, what feels like the package now. the pricing right now. I don't know. What do you want to charge? 500, 1,000, like it actually doesn't matter. What actually matters is what can you get behind? And that will evolve. I guarantee it over time. But the only way it evolves is through our experience charging something, creating a package, doing it, seeing it, how it feels. Okay. How you lead your one-on-one is completely where you are right now. Coaching versus mentoring, we're going to talk about more in this training. So I'm not going to get too much into it on this slide. Selling private coaching at the beginning. This is another one that people mess up because they want to be like the coaches who are already making $100 million. Selling private coaching at the beginning, I'm going to come back. You have to talk about it publicly. You hear me? Like you have to talk about it publicly. It's so many coaches are like, I don't want to talk about it because we get all in our heads of like, if I talk about it and then I talk about it tomorrow, my audience is going to think, oh my God, I can't believe no one bought it yesterday. You've all had the thought. I know you have. So have I. I get it. At the beginning, you have to sell it. So you have to say, not just that you have spots, but you have to talk about like, this is what my private coaching looks like. This is what we would do together. This is it. This is for you. If this is the result, like it needs to be a little bit more forward like that in the explanation and the selling of it, but also just the awareness of it. The awareness of you have private coaching. This is what it looks like. Like when your audience sees that over and over again, they're just seeing, oh my God, okay, yeah, like maybe I want to be in it. Then they're going to join. There's going to come a day where people come to you, that you're going to have a wait list. You're going to have a wait list one day for private coaching and you have never advertised it. That day will come, but there's going to be a season where you have to talk about it publicly. Okay. And a lot. Okay. Now, the other way that private coaching will happen at the beginning is people want to upgrade from being in your programs or your other offers. They'll be in an experience with you. And then they're like, oh, I want to have closer. I want a one-on-one. And then it happens through them being a client, but then just upgrading to one-on-one. But you might be in a season where I've seen a lot of coaches where someone's first purchase, they're more comfortable doing one-on-one. Has anyone had that experience where someone's like, I don't want to join the group. I want one-on-one. So a lot of people, maybe they want one-on-one right away. And if you have the time and the energy and the space, then give them one-on-one. Again, this is why it's discernment. Like it depends on our audience and our community. It depends what we want and where we're at. So the reason that my business scaled at the beginning through groups is because I only sold groups at the beginning. I didn't sell to my audience one-on-one because I really didn't want to. And I didn't really need to. But if you want to and you need to, then forwardly sell it, but sell at the same time other scalable offers. Some clients or some coaches struggle with the way that they talk about their one-on-one is like one-on-one is the best space. But they don't talk about their group programs like that. And they say to me, Steph, no one wants to join my group program. Everyone just wants one-on-one, but like I've already got like 7 one-on-ones. And I say to them, how are you speaking about your one-on-one? Are you speaking about your one-on-one like it's the only best container? And then when you speak about your group programs, it's like, it's okay. Obviously, you don't say it that direct, but there's an energy because we still assume, and I don't agree, that one-on-one is not the best space. They're all the best space. They're just different. So catch yourself, if you literally say one-on-one is the best space, your audience hears that and they're going to fight to get in one-on-one. They're going to bypass your other stuff. So I believe all of my programs are the best programs. I believe they're all the best spaces. They're just different. So notice that as well. Okay. All right. So with that being said, you need to forwardly sell your one-on-one coaching. How much to charge when it comes to group offers, when it comes to one-on-one, when it comes to anything? How much to charge? You charge what you can get behind. I like charge $100, charge $500, charge $1,000, charge $2,000. Like it actually doesn't really matter. But things to consider is obviously the container, the length of the container, the value, the delivery, the commitment, the time commitment. Like I said, the price, the number that you can get behind with your private coaching, right? Like right now, I would love to know in the chat, like right now, and it probably is your current price, what is the actual price that you can get behind selling for private coaching per month? What is it? It's not that it's right or wrong, good or bad. It is what it is. That's going to be the price. It's going to change over time through experience. I wouldn't overthink it. It's more about just getting, the ball rolling with your offers. With private coaching, and we'll talk about this in, the other trainings, but private coaching, monthly private coaching, the price isn't going to make logical sense. The price isn't like, well, how much am I per hour? Yeah, but then it's not, but it's Voxer in between. So then it's really how much is the person using? It's not about that. It's just, what is the package? What is the package as a whole? There's no way that we can calculate it. So if you're trying to calculate it, stop trying to calculate it, because it's not about that. It's not going to make practical sense. Okay. Now, in the context of the Blueprint program, I cannot give you my entire launch and sale program, because that's literally an entire program, but I want to give you enough to be able to understand how to launch effectively. When I look at launching, more so for a group offer, not private coaching, a group offer, I split it up like this: the pre-sale, the announcement, middle of the launch, the final sprint, and when the doors open. So if you were to launch something for a month is a good period of time. You can pre-sell it for 3 days to your email list, to your hottest audience, a pre-sale pricing, lowest price point. There's no fancy branding. There's no all the bells and whistles. There's no all kinds of details. It's just like, this is coming, earliest price, amazing. Then you tease and hype that something is coming. You're so excited, a brand new offer, people are going to freak out. You tease, and then you announce it. And the announcement phase is literally the moment that you announce what the offer is, and you got the branding and more details. And then it's the longest period, I call the middle of the launch, where it's more on educating your audience about the offer, educating in your content, problem awareness. Why this offer? Why do they need it? What is the benefit? What is the result? You're doing live streams. If you do a free masterclass during your launch, that would be the time, but it's more about educating, right? So at the beginning, people just know this is the offer, people may buy. Then there's a period in the middle where it's like, but people are thinking about, well, do I need this? Why do I need this? Give me more information. So spending more time just educating. The last couple days then is the final sprint before this offer opens. And it's more about the excitement that it's happening soon, it's opening soon. It's more for like the final, the last minute buyer types of people. You already said all the information that you can possibly say. Now it's about the end, the last minute buyers. And then the doors open, and I suggest continuing to sell it if it makes sense for your offer when the doors open and a couple days after, because you can have the social proof of being like, hey, on training one, we did this, and you can share testimonials. And I think that a lot of people need testimonials of something. Launch mistakes or selling mistakes that I see a lot of people make when they're around the 10K range. Like we covered, thinking that they can sell like someone who's already making 100K month, right? Like it's a different audience, it's a different brand, it's a different reputation. Not selling enough. You guys, sell your offers every day, right? If we're not selling them, people aren't buying. Sell every day, okay? Not going on video enough. There's a phase that, especially at the beginning, being on video, live video is so important. Not providing educational content specific to the offer, right? So going back to the very first couple slides where I talked about really thinking about where is your ideal client at, what are they struggling with, like really speaking to them in your content and in your marketing when you're selling. People really struggle with being afraid of being repetitive. Like I said the same thing about my offer. What do I say? You say the same thing. Sales is about repetition. Sales is about repetition. Again, we're insecure. We struggle with confidence at every phase, but if we're really struggling with this and then we don't show up, we're not going to have the sales. So working on that, not having a clear call to action, or afraid to directly tell people to buy this. You guys, sales is all about simplicity. I like to keep it so simple now more than ever. For me, you know, just as an example, like there's so many different areas of my life that I navigate at once. There's so many different pieces to my business and my brand. I'm in different vibes and energies, and it's all good, but it's a lot. So I'm like, I don't want to have to like overthink my sales process. So I don't. I just think about, what is this offer? You guys see the way that I sell things right now. It's very basic. This offer is about this. Here's how you buy. Make it that simple for yourself as well. Okay. And because of all this, we're spending so much time overthinking it and not actually selling it. So things to consider. Okay. Now, client relationships and experience is number one. It is always number one. It will always be number one. But at the beginning, it is literally the only thing, right? At the beginning, when there's one client or two client, or if you're in a season of your business where there's 3 clients or 4 or 5 and there's not a lot, it matters differently. It always matters. You guys get the difference? It always matters, but at the beginning, it's literally like the only thing. So what I want you to think about is not just the client experience, obviously, but do you have a next step after your main offer? Do you have an easy next step? Is there another offer? Is there an up level, right? Or thinking about easy ways for people to continue. And so, for example, the first couple of years of my business, we gave a lot of like client alumni rates to like purchase my next program at a special client rate. And that was so incredible. It was such an easy yes for people to sign up. It was an easy, like these people had a good experience. Let's make it easy for them to stay, right? I also did a lot of like VIP upgrades, like on the back end of a program, do you want to up level for like $100, a one-on-one call, right? Like stuff like that goes a long way. So what I want you to think about is not necessarily how do I scale my business, but think about the client. What is the next thing they need? What is the next piece to the puzzle? What would support them? Then it's a win for them and it's a win for you, right? And like I said, don't overcomplicate this. What is the next step? So I think that selling to current clients can look like having a special rate for the next offer. So on the back end of one offer, you're going to tell your clients, this is the next thing coming up, and you have a special rate. VIP upgrade. So whether that's like intensives or, I don't know, an extra call or a one-on-one call or a month of one-on-one, like just get creative. Naturally, clients will come into your world in any container and want to upgrade to one-on-one or something else after. So that will happen naturally. But also don't be afraid to create custom bundles and packages. You have the time and the space to create a customized package, do it. There will be a day where you can't and you don't want to, but if you have the time and the space where you've got this one client who loves to be in your world and she wants a mixture of one-on-one and a group and this, create it. It's a win-win. And it's so important during this phase to offer that. Okay. This isn't about being salesy. This is common sense. So many coaches struggle. Like, I don't want to sell to my current clients, but one, there's nothing wrong with that. But two, it's simply just communicating what is the next step for them in their journey. When it's communicated with that energy, people want to stay and they will. Okay. And then, but you might be thinking, but I thought you said only sell 2 offers. Most time and energy should be spent on a main signature offer, main group offer, and a high ticket. Yes. However, you're going to have time and space to have more, and you can. Just don't try and do 12 different offers when you're not ready to do 12 different offers. Your brand and being known for one main thing is the most important at the start. Don't stray away from this. So you might have a main offer and high ticket, and you play around with a second offer, a second group offer. That's perfect. They'll build. But don't spread yourself thin at the beginning when you haven't built the trust in one. Okay. If people aren't buying, it's probably not an offer problem. It's a trust problem. Instead of adding more offers, build more trust. I see coaches do this all the time. I'm going to try this offer. Maybe people will buy. I'm going to try this offer. Maybe people will buy. I'm going to try this offer. Maybe people will buy. If people aren't buying, it's not about the offer. It's about trust. And we build trust through repetition in our content and in our signature offers. Okay. Now, we're speeding through this. I am just going to take some time to go through some things that are important, whether you're at the beginning, at the middle, more seasoned, more of like energetic mindset things to just consider. But more so, these are things at the beginning, what you're going to face, and maybe you're navigating it now. So the first thing is self-awareness. At the beginning, we're navigating, what does it feel like to sell something? What does it feel like to run a program? What does it feel like to sell two things? What does it feel like to have clients in this program and a client in Voxer and be on a call? We're just noticing. At the beginning, we are not just dreaming of what we want to build. We have some kind of result already. We have something. So there's so much self-awareness happening of like, just take note of, what do you want? What is working? What is not working? What feels good? What doesn't feel good that you thought would feel good? And just having the awareness to just notice and adjust as needed. Experience is everything in this game of coaching and building a coaching business, right? At the beginning, there's a lot of money stuff that comes up. Your own money stuff, let alone navigating other people's money stuff. You're dealing with payments and money in a way that you never have before, maybe. You're dealing with your own investments. You're dealing with receiving money. You're dealing with your relationship with money. And just, again, you've never really been in this situation before. And you have to sit with how it feels. And depending on how it feels for you is going to depend on how you need to navigate it, right? Again, there's nothing wrong. We're just experiencing things that we've never experienced before, okay? You will have to navigate and adjust boundaries. You will have to navigate now really having a social media presence that is for your business, and you will have to see where you are at with boundaries and one-on-one DMs or coaching in the DMs. You will have to navigate what it feels like to have a group program. What are your boundaries? What do you say your boundaries are versus what are you actually doing? What are your boundaries in private coaching? What does it feel like? What's good? What's not good? How do you want to adjust them? Experience. It's going to happen. Now, why is this all emotional intelligence and mindset? Is because when we experience it and based off of how we feel, there's an energy to that. So if boundaries feel off or money feels off, that's going to make your whole day feel off, your entire week feel off. That's how you feel, whether you're working on your business or not. And so right now, if there's anything with self-awareness, boundaries in your business, or money mindset, and it's weighing down on your entire day, not just when you're working on or in the business, you've got to look at that. Okay. And that is why at the beginning, when you're not on social media and you're not selling and you're not coaching your clients, you've got to work on staying activated. You've got to work on your mindset. You've got to work on your happiness, your emotional intelligence, your confidence, making celebration and gratitude, like positive reinforcement for yourself, is so important at the beginning because you're going to be facing a lot of challenging things. Okay. At the beginning, I think that if you have the resources to have a private coach, I think that having a coach is a really incredible idea. Now, I'm not saying that you have to. I'm not saying that it's the only way to make money. I'm not saying that at all. But I just think at the beginning, having a coach, someone who can hold a neutral energy for you as you're navigating all of these things is going to be the best thing, because you're actually going to have a soundboard to say, I'm feeling this certain type of way. I never knew that this feeling even existed, right? Like, this is just so powerful. So if you do have the resources, I just think it is absolutely incredible. And I do truly believe being under mentorship will fast track your growth and your growth as a coach. And so at the beginning, for me, and many of you here can resonate, when you don't have a schedule full of calls and you're not in demand yet, you're like, what do I do with my time? I have all this space that I already posted on social media and I already did this. And now it's like, what do I do? Education, your own education, right? And that's where, there's a different slide and I'll get into that, but our own education is so important as well. So how do 10K months turn to 10K days? Your scalable group offer, more people are going to join it through your consistency. Attracting clients who want to pay in full. Accumulation of your offers and payment plans, or not payment plans, but just accumulation of all the offers adding together. Client continuation, clients joining all of your offers or joining multiple offers, right? High ticket clients, low ticket clients, all of it. Your audacity, your excitement to make this work, your excitement to blow your damn mind, your excitement to lead yourself. This is such an exciting time, you guys. I was honest to God at the beginning of my business when I did not have the results I have today. I was just I'm still bouncing off the walls, but I was just I'm so excited all day, every day, for no reason other than I'm building this. And that genuine excitement is so magnetizing. So if you're in a place right now where you're focusing on the lack of, is that magnetizing? You're focusing most of your energy on, well, I'm not at 50K yet, and I don't have 20 people in my things yet. It's that's not it. Spend your time doing these things, but then spend your time when you don't need to be doing these things, staying activated, staying excited, living your life. You are a coach. You have an online business. Your life is amazing. You should be bouncing off the walls. That energy for you, and then sharing that energy is what it's about, right? So it's just so important to do what you can do to just make this the most exciting time of your life. Okay, really feeling into that. I'm going to finish the last few slides and then I'll read the chat. And this is the biggest piece that grows with us forever, is audience and brand. Content. Okay. The numbers are going to grow. The quality of our audience is going to grow. And that's what facilitates the more people in your scalable offers. And then more people joining and more people upgrading and more people in all of the different things, right? So you see right now how it's oh my God, yes, people here, they up level here, another offer here. Then at the same time, my audience is growing, and it's just this funnel or this circle of everything growing together. Okay. So focus is daily feed content, community building, whether it's daily live streams or weekly, whatever works for you, regularly selling, daily selling. I'm going to say it here. Daily feed content, daily community building, daily selling, your own education. So if you have time now, obviously you're here, you've got this, your own education. What do you need to learn? What do you still want to master? Maybe it's listening to podcasts. Maybe it's watching free live streams. It doesn't really matter, but your own education, I feel is so important. And that's also part of staying activated. Whoever you're learning from probably activates you as well. So listening, plugging into someone who is giving you knowledge, but keeps your energy high, so important. And then obviously you're coaching your current clients, your current containers, and that's where the experience is so important. And then taking care of your mindset. Those are the things. Feed, community, selling, coaching, education, taking care of yourself. You can do those things every day. Okay. So let me come back and read what I missed in the chat. If I don't answer, I didn't say this at the very beginning, I'm not going to be able to answer every question on the live, but there's going to be a Q&A. So if I don't answer your question here, there's going to be a Q&A at the very end. So when it comes to branding a signature offer, I like to always create new visual branding because that excites me, but I kept the name the same. So if you keep the name the same and you play around with the visual, that's perfect. If you feel like you need to change the name of something, you absolutely can. But I would try and keep the name the same and just play around with the visual. I'm just reading through. How often would you go live on IG to talk about group programs and one-on-one and balancing the value from the slide earlier? I have a Facebook group with a weekly show, so I'm wondering what the difference in energy and frequency would look like to nurture IG and build that awareness. So I think that it's you can have a dedicated live stream where you're just nurturing. But then you might have some where it's both. It's like you're giving value and then you're saying, hey guys, by the way, this is my offer and this is this. So I don't think that there's necessarily a ratio to it. It's just there's going to be some that are different. Complete value, and some might be a mix, and some might be I'm literally doing this live stream to talk about my offers. And I think a mixture is perfect because it will land differently for different people, and that's perfect. So a client journey, and we're going to get more into this tomorrow, but a client journey happens in different ways, and it depends on what you want. So you can have a client journey that's based off of the topics, and the topics you're sharing more in your group programs. And that, but then the client journey will also then be where people want to upgrade to access, and then people upgrade to one-on-one. You know what I mean? So it just depends on how you want your offers to be, but tomorrow's training will really help you with that. Yeah, you can absolutely add like a digital course or something like that as a third offer. Absolutely. So mastermind and offers, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Do you have any advice to grow your audience quickly other than killer lead magnet and value-led content? Your podcast plus gym equals the one. Yes. So Helen, I love it. Just like Helen, this is her first offer. And I'm like, Helen, anytime someone says to me, audience and as fast as possible, I'm like, it's just not my way. So my way is value every day and consistent value and community building consistently. That's the fast track to it. Now, my way is organic. My way is Instagram. My way is Facebook. If there's another way that interests you and it's like the ads or the funnel or something else, amazing. That's just not me. But I really believe, and this is why, I mean, those of you who are in hot audience or whatever, like you see the power of this. You see the power of the organic audience building. Those people are going to be with you till you die, not to be dramatic, versus someone who finds an ad and they're like, I don't care about any of this. Like the relationships is just next level. There are people, there's someone in the collective that found me when I was selling my fitness program, and she was in my fitness program. And then she started to build an online business, and I was the coach she came to because of the relationships we built years ago. And so it just goes a long way. Relationships absolutely work. So how do you feel after the first training? What's coming up? What I want you guys to reflect on, and I will post this inside of the Facebook group for your homework, is, let me just read it right off of the screens. Based off of everything so far, can you see why you are where you are right now? Answer this in the chat right now. Doesn't matter if you're at 10K or less, or at 50 or 100. Can you see from this first training why you're at 10K, why you're at 50K, even why, and I haven't even talked about it, why you're at 0, why you're at 1, why you're at 15. Can you see? And it's not good or bad, right or wrong. It's not like get judgmental. It's just like, I can see how this makes sense. And the second part is, what are 1 to 2 things from this training that you could literally start to apply now, that are like, that you can apply this day, that are going to build this? Like, this training is the foundation, let alone this whole blueprint program. But this training is like, this can bring you way, if you're at 50K right now and you're like, oh, I haven't been doing these things, like, you know what I mean? It's so powerful. So just the first step is the awareness of like, I can absolutely see that I have the results I currently have. Amazing. How you feel about that is a different situation. You might be like, yeah, I feel so good. You might be like, ooh, shit, time to get to work. It's like, it's all fine. The awareness, and then the awareness of like, what are at least a few things that I can practically start to implement now? And then obviously there's going to be things to build. Okay. I sell too many offers. I'm so excited for my future. Oh, this is so good. You have clarified so much. Be clear on my signature lives. I need to get clear within myself and clear with my audience. Yes. Signature program, video, and adding a true high ticket offer. So good. So that's the homework. You also, I didn't say this as well, in our Facebook community for this live experience, there's a few threads. There's an Instagram thread for you to share your Instagram. There's a TikTok if you have TikTok, and there's a podcast. And so this is just if you want to network and put yours on there, and then maybe you can scroll through if anyone else's interests you. In my world, my communities, the same way that I lead my business, I don't want you to go DM other people who are in this community. I want you to, if you see that person has something I want, oh, there's a fitness coach, I want to follow them. Oh, that person, like, go create relationships through each other's social media. Don't be spammy. Don't send someone a message. I feel like you guys don't do that anyways, but I'm just saying, making it really apparent in my world, it's about the relationships and the communities. Beautiful relationships happen organically through just participating in the communities. Okay. So that was training 1. The next live training is going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Go play inside the Facebook group. Do all the things to do the giveaway. I'll make the post. And I'll see you guys for day 2 tomorrow. I'm sending it everyone all the love in the world. You guys are amazing. Bye, guys.